Hello again, and welcome back to dryfiregun.com. Today I'm going to talk again about the Sirt pistol. This is the Sirt red pistol, pretty much the way it comes out of the box. As you can see, it has these has sights on it, but they're just black plastic sights. And of course, I believe my Pro came with the same kind of sights, but I switched them out for these Glock sights. I don't actually remember, I bought this thing so long ago, what sights it came with. I did at one point try and put the same kind of sights I normally carry on my Glock on there, but the sights I have they're tritium, and they're also they also have a fiber optic device, so they stick out really far, and they got in the way of this elevation adjustment for the main laser, and I didn't like that. So I went back to the factory Glock sights, and that's fine. On that one, on this gun, basically the top comes off. It works pretty much the same as a putting sights on a regular Glock. But I found something a little different when I went to do it on the red, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to take this top off, and then I'll show you what it looks like under here. And to take the pins out, you'll use a roll of tape. Duct tape has many uses. So you put the roll of tape there, and then you take your Glock armorer's tool, and you just punch it out. And it's a little tough, you might have to tap it a little bit, but that one's going out pretty good. And then this one, and just so you see, the ones I'm taking out here, let's see if we can get where you see it, are on the red, on the slide. One's here, the other one's up here, and this is all in your instruction manual, okay, which I'm sure you've all read by now. And you wonder, there's a lot of reasons for using the tape, but of course one of them is it captures the pins so they don't go flying across the room. Now this top just pretty much comes right off. There you go. Now this gun and the other one with the metal top, from what I understand, they're identical at this point. The only real difference is the top, as far as the physical aspects of the gun itself are concerned. So set that down. Now hopefully you can see this. I don't know if you can, but in the top here there is a the sight is just a piece of plastic that sticks through, and they just kind of take a hot piece of metal and stick it on here, and it just mushes this out and welds it in place. So what I have to do is take a screwdriver and flip that out of there. Yeah, here's the screwdriver. It's got to be just the right size. You don't want to get something too big, and I use a screwdriver rather than like a knife or something because it's kind of flat, and I can get down in here, and I'm going to dig in, and I'm not going to tear it up so much. I don't want to do any more damage than I have to. I don't want to do any damage really to the red part. I just want to get the the plastic piece off here enough that I'll be able to push this through the hole. And oh, by the way, I don't know if this voids the warranty at all. It might, so I doubt it, but just do this at your own risk. So I was able to get that out, and it doesn't look to me like it did any damage at all to this top piece. So I've got this factory Glock sight that I replaced, but I always save this stuff. Whenever I change something on a gun, I generally save the original part, so if I ever want to sell it as original, if I can do that, I will. Okay, so when I took the front sight out of my Glock originally, I saved the little screw, and you really do need this tool. This is the front sight tool. They're not very expensive, but just about nothing else really works once you get up in there. So taking out the front sight, and you can of course have any gunsmith do this for you. If you take out the original, if you take it to a gunsmith, he'll understand more what to do. But if you want to flick the front sight out before you take it into them, you can do that. But at any rate, so now I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite. Blue Loctite is the wonder thing, and it's fabulous. Blue Loctite keeps it from backing out, okay, under normal use, but and actually under pretty hard use, but you can still take it apart if you ever need to for whatever reason. So all my gun stuff, anything that has a screw on it that I take apart and put back together again, gets blue Loctite. Okay, so the factory sight, I was able to, the factory rear sight, I was able to just push off just with my bare hands. And the Glock sight that I replaced that with on the rear is about as easy to push back on, so just got to get in the channel here. It's hard to do while I'm trying to show you, I suppose. There you go. Slides right on. Okay, and this is not your this is not a weapon that's defending your life as you're training with it. So yeah, this thing can slide a little bit. Big deal. If you want to put a now this is mounted pretty close to as good as a factory sight would be on a Glock, or a you know, a replacement front sight would be, because it's on with that screw. It's on there pretty good. This one slides around a little bit, but realistically it's not a big deal. I just leave it that way. If you wanted to put some aftermarket sight on here that has a set screw in the middle of it, you can do that, because it'll take as it'll take a Glock factory sight, of course it'll take an aftermarket sight. So that's an option, but I just go ahead and use, I already have these because I've replaced the sight on my Glock, so that works great for me. So that's it for the sight modification on the Sirt Dry Fire laser pistol. Next level training. Thank you. Take care. God bless.